I tell my patients that being completely quarantined and being a hermit is obviously the best protection against any kind of external infection. But you cannot live life that way. And one has to accept a certain level of risk in socializing and so on to live life normally. When one is dealing with a hematologic malignancy, a blood cancer, stem cell transplantation, and so on, do you think sitting at home all alone and watching Netflix and reading books is going to get us through? No, of course not. You need the companionship. You need to be interacting with people and so on. So I think the mere presence of a hematologic malignancy makes an individual more susceptible to infections by a small amount. And as the intensity of the treatment increases, the level of immunosuppression and compromise increases, and one has to be more and more careful about coming into contact with people who are unwell. Uh, so, ignoring the SARS-CoV problem at the moment, let's say there is a patient with chronic myeloid leukemia (CML) who is on one of the drugs. I'm going to mention Bosulif since there are questions about Bosulif later on, who is well controlled. Uh, can that patient live life essentially normally? Absolutely yes. What about a patient who has just had a mismatched stem cell transplant for acute leukemia and has just got out of the hospital a week ago and he's taking some steroids for graft versus host disease? That individual represents the other end of the spectrum and is probably best off not coming into contact with anybody other than their closest circle that is required for care, including physicians and medical providers. And then you have the entire gamut in between based upon where you are in the treatment, what the diagnosis is, and so on. The key thing to bear in mind is that even without the COVID situation, hand washing has always been the single most important way to prevent infections. It's felt that 80% of community and hospital transmitted infections can be taken care of. This, of course, excludes things like fungus and so on by cleaning one's hands regularly and avoiding touching the face. Paradoxically, I find that our patients that we have educated over the years very stringently about these precautions have found the COVID situation far more easy to put up with because for them, it's either what they've always done or it simply involves a 10, 20, 25% increase in the amount of care they take. It's the otherwise healthy, normal people on the streets who have found this prohibitively difficult because for them it involves a complete change in lifestyle. So the level of quarantine depends upon the diagnosis, depends upon the therapy, and depends upon what the activity one is trying to engage in is. I try to not go to very crowded functions and certainly to a cinema in the winter because I have no control over who is there in the theater with me, and because the movies, I don't think that there is any movie that can not wait until it's available on TV or on Netflix. And if there is an important meeting like a patient conference that I just did, I think about 3 months ago, I would go there because it's critically important. So I think there are multiple dimensions that one has to look at to decide what level of self quarantine to impose.